Well, Chris, welcome to Birmingham tonight, and thank you for talking to Two Finger Media.
Thanks for having me.
We're at the Asylum 2. I think it's a venue that you've not played before.
No, we actually haven't done much in Birmingham before, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes.
Well, I've seen a few bands here, and I know the sounds is really, really good. So however many people are in, it's going to feel like an arena, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think the vibe will be excellent tonight. I mean, you kicked off your latest tour last week in Exeter.
Yep.
Sold out Exeter.
Yeah, that's right.
How was that? That must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, that was our biggest ever headline show. It was 500 people, and yeah, it was really, really good. It was great to hear them all singing the songs back to us, and yeah, it was amazing. Great start to the tour.
I saw some footage, some, I guess, fan video and stuff, and the crowd just seemed so into it. Like, say, all the new stuff as well, all the words were sung, and it just must be sort of a real achievement to sort of know your music's there.
Yeah.
And they're singing it back to you.
We started noticing, like, obviously the album came out at the end of March, so it's been a few months now, and we started noticing at the shows that, you know, people really know the stuff now, whereas before when we'd be gigging, you know, maybe like half the people in the crowd had heard of us before and the other half were just checking us out for the first time. You know, and now we're like, you can really like tell that it's changed, and in the crowds, like, they know all the songs, they know all the words. They know them better than me.
Well, yeah, we won't talk about that bit yet. Going back to a few months ago when Divine and Dirtier was released, you did a short headline tour. And during that tour, you announced that you were going to be lead guitar for Supersonic Blues Machine.
That's right, yeah.
And that was something that, I mean, I don't know whether it came out of the blue or whatever, but it must have been some sort of moment when we got asked to do that.
Yeah, it was amazing, and it did come out of the blue. It was all, it was all done and dusted in probably about a week's worth of conversations. Really, it was it came out of nowhere, and we were originally put forward as a support band for their Shepherd's Bush Empire show. We didn't know at the time that Lance had left to concentrate on his own stuff, and they were looking for a new frontman, and it kind of got suggested that maybe I could be the guy, and they liked the videos, and yeah, I got picked. It was great.
I mean, I was at that show. That was the first show of the tour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got to say, I was talking to your manager, Mark, during the performance, and I said, you look like you should be there. You didn't look out of place at all. You fitted in. It was almost like everybody, you know, you'd always been part of that band.
Yeah.
And you know, when Billy came on, it was a joy to watch him almost orchestrate the musicians, and everybody react in the way they did perfectly, and it was just a fantastic night of music.
Yeah.
Like I say, you fitted perfectly into that whole scene, and I would imagine the rest of the tour was crazy.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, they're a great bunch of guys, as well as being like great musicians. So that makes it quite easy to slot in. There's no egos there. There's, you know, everyone can play really, really well. There's no attitude. There's no competition. So it's just a really easy environment to slot into.
And you look like you were all having fun as well,
yeah,
which I guess helps to relax when you're.
I mean, that's kind of the idea behind Supersonic Blues Machine. You know, it's like it's a collective. You know, it's not a band that's out touring, you know, like I am with my band, or like Billy is with ZZ Top. It's supposed to be like a group of friends that get together a few times a year, do some festivals, do a tour, and have a good time with it.
Well, from what I've seen, that worked really, really well. It's fantastic, and long may it continue. Moving on a little bit to some of the festivals, you played Ramblin' Man this year, and you were on the Blues stage. Last year, I think you were on the Rising stage.
That's right, yeah.
How was that different? Because obviously that was an outdoor. I know it was last year, but this was more of a bigger outdoor stage.
Yeah.
And I know there was some concerns of time clashes with another band, but by the looks of it, you had a fantastic crowd.
Yeah.
So how was that?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, obviously we did have an unfortunate clash with Tyler Bryant. We were on literally at the same time. There was some delays on the Blue stage due to some like power issues with the generator or something. Yeah, I thought it was going to affect our numbers, but I mean, I heard that Tyler's stage was packed out, and I got told by the stage manager that we had the biggest crowd of the whole weekend on the Blue stage. So there's more than enough people to go around, I think. So
yeah, absolutely, and I think that Blue stage kind of stood out from all the other stages because of the way it was positioned. So anybody walking around the area are going to be zoned in on that stage.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah.
So no, that's fantastic. And I know you did an acoustic set in the VIP area towards the end of the day, a 4-song acoustic set. And I know there was a fantastic moment in that, a real humanity moment where you forgot the words because you were too busy digressing on other things of a very, very famous Hendrix song.
Yeah.
And it was just, what was so cool about it was the band didn't miss a beat. You had your laugh and joke, carried on, laugh and joke, carried on, and then just went straight through it. And it just showed the professionalism and the fun that you guys seem to have.
Yeah.
And it, like I say, the humility of you as well, because not everybody does everything perfect all the time. People make mistakes, people drop a chord, people, but it shows the realism, and I think it shows to everybody out there that you are a normal guy that's just very good at what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I've sung that song like 1,000 times. I've done it for years and years, and I don't know what happened. I just had a bit of a brain fart, I think, and like that weekend was quite hectic for me. I had a lot of press, as well as playing. Like, you know, I was. It was quite a hard weekend. I didn't get much chance to enjoy it. And obviously the VIP set was after our blues stage set, which was like obviously a huge thing, and I had so much adrenaline, and we finished and I rushed off to do some more interviews, and I had a couple of beers, and I never drink before I play, so I don't know, maybe I can blame it on the beers, but I think I just had such a...
It was really hot.
Yeah, I just had like such a crash after our set, you know, like I had like adrenaline dump, and then I had some beers, and then I was like back on another high when we were in like the VIP, and I don't know, my head was a bit
I just think
muddled. It was cool.
It was fantastic.
And do you know what? I said to the lads after, I was like, I actually enjoyed the VIP set more than I did the main stage set, the blue stage set.
Because you were literally like you were in your front room.
Yeah, not because I didn't enjoy the blue stage set. I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favourite gigs of all time. But like the VIP one, it just really was personal, and it was a laugh, and
bunch of people just stood around,
messed up, and everyone thought it was funny, and everyone joined in, and it was good.
But like I say, not a note was dropped, and that was the best bit, and it just carried on. It was fantastic. I mean, you're fourth night of this latest tour at the moment.
Where are we?
The Exeter,
fifth.
Southampton.
This is the fifth now. We've done 4.
Right. How many more have you got before you basically stop this part of your tour?
Yeah, so including tonight, we've got 14 more shows.
a few to go then.
Yeah, it's non-stop. It really is. And then we've got one day off, and then we joined Jan Shaw Taylor for 14 dates across the UK, doing an acoustic support set.
Okay, so like similar to what you did with Beth Hart.
Yeah, and then I've got 2 weeks off where I've got to do some different bits and bobs, and then we're off out to France supporting Beth Hart again. So yeah, it's pretty
busy boy.
Yeah, and then we're hoping to record the next album in December.
Excellent. So early next year, or?
Yeah, it won't be out probably till this time next year. By the time everything's, it all takes quite a while, and then we're doing it around touring.
You need the time in the studio to.
Yeah.
I mean, talking to your manager earlier, he was saying on this particular tour you have brought your own sound man.
Yeah.
Does that make it so much easier for you guys?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's made such a difference just having someone that A, is very, very good at his job, and B, knows us, knows our sound, knows exactly what we want, and it's a massive help. He helps obviously with all the setup and everything. We haven't got to worry about stuff as much, and we've had a few technical issues on this tour already with equipment failing, and he's been on the ball and sorted it all out. So yeah, it's been brilliant.
So he's the man with the bag full of crimps and
that's it,
connectors and leads and all ready for it. No, that's fantastic. Now I've just heard you guys sound check, and like I said, the sound in this place every time I've been here has been fantastic. You sounded great tonight. You've got a different support act for each of the venues you're playing on this tour.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a conscious decision by you guys, or was that a...
Yeah, well, we played with a couple of different ideas actually for this tour, and I'll say it's quite a lengthy tour, so I think we'd struggle to find a band that would be able to commit, to like 3 weeks, because when you're a support band, it's it's hard enough for me, let alone financially, let alone a support band. Most of these guys work full-time jobs; they can't just have 3 weeks off to tour. So that was one of the factors, and then there's so many great you know, this whole new wave of classic rock thing, this movement that's happening. There's so many great bands, and yeah, it's cool. It's you know, they're not all like local either. You know, they're getting to reach some new areas. And
because I know your support band tonight, Gorilla Riot. I know those guys. I've seen them a few times, and I think they're excellent. And I know they come from Manchester, so even that is quite a trek.
Yeah,
just from Manchester to Birmingham, but they're a great support for you guys. And I think you had Dead Man's Whiskey last night. You had Outlaw Orchestra in Southampton. I can't remember who you had in Exeter, but
it was that. Actually, was a local band. Some guys are local Baby Snakes. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, do you get to see these guys, or is it just you hear them? Or
yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Obviously, I don't get to see. I can't really go out and stand in the crowd beforehand.
Cause chaos.
But yeah, I always listen, and I normally catch like the first two, and then I've got quite a strict vocal warm-up routine I do, so I've got to crack on with that. But yeah, I mean, they all sound great, and there's so many good bands coming up through. It's nice to have them with us, and you know,
yeah, I mean,
if it's helping them out, it's helping them out. If you know,
it's nice for fans to get the opportunity to see different support bands as well, and not, like you say, not see the same night in night out. Because as a support band, you get 6, maybe 7 songs most, and it's normally the same 6 or 7 songs.
Yeah.
And like you say, if you're playing a 3-week support tour, it's going to get quite monotonous. Whereas at least you can mix it up a little bit. So I think it's a great idea, and it's something I think other bands should take on board moving forward. But no, really looking forward to tonight. Not seen you since Rambling Man. I think it's going to be a very, very good night. I think the atmosphere is going to be good. And listen, have a great rest of your tour, all 3 weeks of it, or whatever you've got left. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you tonight. Thank you for talking to us. Cheers, Kris.
Thank you.